Hey guys, welcome to The Struggling Artist. I do apologize for the low resolution of this ZBrush movie. I totally forgot to resize my file, and this is how it came out. There's two more videos on this character that looks like this, so I'm gonna keep that in mind so that next time that I'm recording in ZBrush, I can bring you a high resolution video. I'm sorry. So anyways, I'm creating this sci-fi female armor for my character artist portfolio. I just love sci-fi, and I've been watching a lot of tutorials lately on how to use some brushes inside ZBrush to give it that hard surface look, because I used to think that it was really hard to model something with a hard surface inside ZBrush. I thought it was only for organic things, and I would rather go into Maya and model something with a hard surface. So I quickly learned that ZBrush is easier for sketching, and it's just like drawing but in 3D. If you don't like something, you can just erase it and move on and try different things, different ideas. Because most of the time inside Maya or any other 3D software, and you're modeling, let's say, a car, well, you have the blueprints and you know how it needs to look in the end. So if you're modeling a character, you have the character sheets and whatnot. But ZBrush really, for creating characters, it's I believe it's way faster. And obviously for a game pipeline, the ZBrush model is not useful, but just for the idea, the idea, the concepting and the sketching is way faster. So anyways, I wanted to talk about why it's very important to focus in one thing in your portfolio. As I mentioned on my past video, I want to focus right now on creating a character artist portfolio. So I need to start creating characters, that's it. There's no excuse. And well, this is hopefully my first piece. I don't know how it's going to look in the end. If it's not that great, I'll throw it away and I'll start another one. And that's a very useful mindset, because my mindset before was to just try it once, and however it comes out, just put it in your portfolio, But that's it. Let's say this is the first time I'm creating a sci-fi female armor, and however it comes out, I upload it. And next time I will say, well, I already created something in sci-fi, so let's try another topic. And that's not really how it works. You need to practice. So if it's the first time you're trying something, odds are it's going to look amateur, I guess. So yeah, just don't fall in love with your art. If something doesn't look quite right, if you feel like, well, this is a good concept, a good idea, but I do have anatomy problems, well, keep that idea and just practice anatomy and try it again. And this time I'll guarantee that it is going to look way better. And that's how you start improving. So why focusing in one thing is very important for your portfolio is because, well, if you take a look at my portfolio right now, I'm gonna leave a link in the description below. You're gonna quickly realize it's not a character art portfolio. You're gonna look a lot of different things like illustration, 3D modeling, and some characters, but it's not really focused in one thing. So if I apply for a character artist job, the art director is gonna take a look at it and it's going to say, well, this dude, he knows how to do a little bit of everything, but he's not really a character artist. So I'll rather hire someone that is really familiarized with the workflow, with the pipeline, and that is the problem. So I highly recommend that you start focusing in one thing. Another problem that I had when I started this is that I fell in love with everything. If I had an animation class, I fell in love with animation and I wanted to become an animator. If I had an environment designing class, a particular, what's the name? If I had a particle effects class or a visual effects class, I wanted to do everything. So I wanted to become a jack of all trades. And that's not really useful anymore, because 10 to 15 years ago, when the industry was starting, it was easier to hire a 3D generalist or a CG generalist, an animator that could model, that could texture, that could rig. Studios were smaller. There were not many schools out there. There wasn't as much competition as there is today. So it was just way better to know a little bit of everything. And today that's not the case. Today it's way better to focus in one thing and become really, really, really good in that thing, because studios are huge now. They have like whole departments of animators, whole departments of modelers. So they need really good people, like really good character modelers, really good modelers, really good animators, really good riggers, because they're not gonna hire CG generalists anymore. It's very difficult that happens. And in my case, since I'm not in the US or Canada or any other country with industry, well, maybe if you are living in the US, let's say, and you're a 3D generalist, maybe you can get hired at a small studio. But for me, if I want to work in a video game studio, I need a work visa. So I need to showcase that I know how to go through the character art pipeline. And that requires for me to have characters in ZBrush and take them to Maya and retopologize them, UV them and texture them just to get the job. So just remember, focus in one thing and get really, really good at it. One tip is to go and job hunt and see the job requirements and focus on those job requirements and improving them. And hopefully one day, with many hours spent, you're gonna be able to get that job.